rail on a little bit. Neil is on his cell phone to his wife who's pregnant, and he's checking on her. That's how little he cares about the play. He's talking to Kara about the baby that's 7 months away. So, okay. So now it's time to go back. And I'm thinking, oh man, my leg's really hurting. I've got to get the seat again. But we go back, and it's nice because Pauline and Fred are adorable, and they're chit-chatting, and how was your intermission, and suggesting a place we could maybe all get something to eat later. And so it's nice. And so then, second act starts, and which is actually Act 4. And there's something that needs to happen at the beginning where it's a subtle thing, but if it doesn't kind of happen there, they're going to lose it, because then the play gets a little overwritten in a play. You gotta, and they didn't. He fluffed off something, and I went, uh-oh. And then I suddenly found myself, my mind completely wandering, and counting up the number of times I've seen Hamlet, and doing that thing like, there was an all-women's version of Colorado State University. Was that before or after the Shakespeare Festival version? And then I saw it at the Goodman, and I'm doing this thing and literally ordering them through the years, and suddenly I'm into Act 5. And now Ophelia's singing, and the Ophelia was shaking. And I'm going, I spaced out on a good 20 minutes here, counting up the over 30 Hamlet productions that I can remember having seen. So now I'm thinking, uh-oh, I'm really not having a great time. And Terry, by this time, is just, and Neil, I can tell, is wishing he was on his cell phone. So, okay, it's over. And of course now, all you have to do is pass wind and you get a standing ovation. So they're on their feet screaming and yelling like he's given the performance of the millennia, you know. And it's fine, clap, clap, clap. So then all standing ovation is done. Said, Pauline turns to Fred and she says, too much Hamlet, not enough Jude Law. And Fred said, we came to see Hamlet. And she said, we've seen Hamlet. We came to see Jude Law's Hamlet. Too much Hamlet, not enough Jude Law. And I thought, good. This woman has now summed up 40 years of my life's work. Now, I want to point out to you the importance of Pauline. I'm sorry, Pauline's the woman who looks up the ad, reads the review, and says to her husband, let's go see Hamlet. Let's go to dinner at this place, and, we'll go see Hamlet. Let's go on Friday. Oh, we can't, we're seeing, Cousin Paul. Oh yeah, let's go on. She's the one. And then there's Fred, who says, yeah, I'd like to. Let's do that. That'd be fun. Those people make all the difference in the world to you. They're the ones who tune in the television sets. They're the ones who step up to the box office and buy the tickets. They're the ones that come to some little shithole improv theater that you're performing in. They're the people who take time out of their lives and money out of their billfolds to come see you tell them stories. And they're sitting in the 12th row center of the Broadhurst Theater going, too much Hamlet, not enough Jude Law. So if you think those people don't know, if you think they're stupid, if you think they'll go see anything, if you think they don't know the difference between when you phone it in and when you tell a story, you're crazy. Because Pauline and Fred spent the same amount that I did, went to dinner, they pulled $600-700 out of their pocket because you promised to give them a ride. And Jude Law didn't do it. He had the temerity to put Jude Law's Hamlet. Like that's meaningful. Then you better earn that. And he didn't. He didn't earn it. he didn't put his soul on the line. And I don't care if he's selling me tea bags or if he's doing Hamlet. If somebody grabs my attention, whether it's 8 seconds or 8 hours, they better earn it. And the only way you earn it is by involving your history, your guts, your life, your privacy on the line. For a moment. You don't owe anybody any of your privacy in the larger picture, but you own them the moment of looking in your eyes and seeing that you have feelings. You know? That way sometimes you're feeling really sad or really silly, and don't look at me because I don't want you to know that I'm... Well, when you're up there, everybody's looking and you owe them that moment where they know you're feeling stuff. They don't need to know how, why, what your history is, but they need to know that you are... And Jude Law said, everybody come and pay all this money because it says Jude Law's Hamlet. And then he doesn't earn that. Now, no, I'm not putting Jude Law down because I think he's an intelligent man. I think he's a very good young actor. And I'm just putting down the whole idea of it. For the directors, the producers, everybody. You can't allow that to happen. Anybody, whether they get Jude Law's Hamlet or it's just Hamlet with, doesn't matter. The moment you put Hamlet up there, you owe everybody sitting in that theater something because Shakespeare gave you the chance to do that. Now it happens that Shakespeare gives us the chance with particularly eloquent words and in a particularly wonderful way. However, if somebody's paying you to sell the Tide, it's not any different. You're asking somebody to look at your face, selling them Tide, you know? Sometimes I think you owe them more if you're trying to sell them Tide than if you're giving them Hamlet. But you owe them some soul, even if you're selling them Tide. So then the issue becomes, how do I do that? You know? Sam, I get it. I have to okay, I get it. And I will continue to rail about it because I just think it's a cheap shot. You know, that people who think, I don't know what it is actors think that they are doing if they're not doing that. But that's another discussion. But if you believe that and you commit to telling the stories and you commit to the way it can move the world, then that little piece of personalizing that you have to do is just essential. It's just, you can't show up. You don't go to the wedding without a gift, you know, you just can't do it. There's certain things you got to do, and this is what you guys got to do. So how